Hi, I'm Maggie Everson here at Sunset Trails Stables. Today we're going to be talking about body clipping some of our petting zoo friends that we have here at the stable. We have Willie the llama. He's about a 20-year-old llama and he has his winter coat on, and this is something that's really important as the temperatures are getting warmer. We need to make sure that Willie doesn't get too hot. He doesn't shed his fur like a dog or a cat or a horse, so it's really important that we get all of his heavy winter coat off of him before we get into summertime to keep him nice and cool and comfortable. So we also have Elvis over here. And Elvis is one of our miniature donkeys. He's actually in his upper 30s. He's kind of an old guy. And Elvis, as he does shed a little bit, he really likes to hold on to a lot of his hair, and it just makes him a lot more comfortable in the summertime and as the weather gets hotter to get him body clipped and everything. So that's what we're going to be showing you guys today. I brought my friend Savannah. She's gonna help me with body clipping. She makes it look a lot prettier than I do. When I body clip the horses, it can look a little bit like I was using a weed eater to do it, but Savannah makes it look a lot more aesthetically pleasing, so she's gonna be helping me with our body clipping today. So.
Sounds good.
All right, so Savannah and I can walk over here, and some of our tools that we have that we're going to be using for our clipping. When we're shearing the llama, or Elvis has really coarse hair, we like to use a pretty heavy industrial clipper. If I was just clipping a horse's face or something, they make much smaller clippers, but you have to have a pretty aggressive clipper whenever we are going through llama hair or through Elvis hair. So we have some different sizes of blades. We have a coarse blade, fine blade, and medium blade. We usually like to start with our coarse blade with Willie because, again, he grows a lot of hair, and you need some pretty aggressive clippers and blades to get through all of that. Something that's also really important whenever we are using our clippers, keeping our clippers clean. So we have some blade wash here in a cup. We'll show you guys how we use that. It's really important to keep clippers cool, especially when you're working on really dense hair and coats like this. And then also lubricant for our clippers. It's important to keep them oiled and lubed up. So then we're just gonna get started with Willie. We'll show you the end here, but I'm gonna scooch Willie over so we can get this side of him. Excuse me, Willie. When Savannah's gonna actually do our clipping again, because she makes it look a lot prettier than I do, but I like to leave Willie with kind of from here down and here down. I like to leave him with some hair on his legs. That helps in the summertime to protect him from flies and bugs and things like that. I also like to leave his tail hair on to keep him protected from, again, kind of flies and bugs on his rear end. And also his head helps him with flies and bugs, and it just looks super cute whenever he's all clipped up with his head kind of left furry. So without further ado, Savannah, would you like to take it away?
All right, so I already oiled it and everything before you got in here, so he's ready to go. And I'm gonna start on his butt, actually, where he has like the most of his mats and everything, to try to like see how coarse his hair is. Okay, so now that is nice and hot, we have to lube up the clippers after we spend like 15 minutes with them on, just because they get really hot and they start to get a bunch of dirt and gunk in them. So what I like to do is brush them off with this, not so much with Willie because he doesn't have as coarse of hair, but I like to wipe it off and then use my oil and put like 2 or 3 drops in the top of it. And then I like to hit my blades with it because if not, it gets stuck in his hair, and so it becomes like uncomfortable for him, and so I can like snag him. I also like to put some coolant on there because they do get really hot after like 15 or 20 minutes, especially when it's going to take me a while to shave him. So I just give those a spray, and I let it sit for a second, and then I start shaving again.
Let's check in and see how Savannah's doing.
So Willie's done.
Look at this. He looks like a whole entire new man.
He's nice and shaved now, so he's not gonna sweat all summer long.
He looks half the size. I love how they just look like heads on sticks. So now we finished up with Mr. Willie, and we are going to get started on Mr. Elvis here. Sometimes Elvis isn't quite as agreeable as Willie is, but he's usually a pretty good guy. So yeah, he will be a completely different guy here in just a couple minutes. He looks really slick when he's all shaved. So we'll let Savannah get started.
Alrighty.
So here's Elvis, far out. Again, he looks like a beautiful new guy, but he is one of our petting zoo ponies, so it's okay for him to look a little funny sometimes. It looks like we gave him some eyebrows. How cute, Elvis. And he's got his old man mustache. You look beautiful, old man. And Elvis is in his upper 30s. Wow.
Cutie.
And look at all of this hair. Everywhere. These guys look fresh and new. Savannah, I think you're probably ready to go get a shower.
I am. Very ready.
So these guys are all ready for spring or summer. Warm weather, fresh and fly haircuts. And Elvis, cute eyebrows.